మిత్రులారా, బంధువులారా, వెల్కమ్, స్వాగతము, వనక్కము టు South Asia Maps Education Channel, Intellectual Kshatriyas Channel series. This is your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy, J. Tirupati Reddy. And this channel I have opened to share my 4.5 decades of passion about the Indology and human ecology, apart from my regular standard work related to livelihood, crop breeding, agriculture, molecular biology, biotechnology, and bioinformatics. I have a series called India, Bharat. In this series, I will take certain villages or urban centers, towns, or even cities, and we look at their geographical areas and tie them with the human ecology, geography, areas, the culture, and everything. So, this is not just about here the topic says the central India, Madhya Bharat region. What is the village and what are the average size of villages in the central India? After this presentation, you will get a different clarity about the villages and the village agriculture niches and industrial niches, how they map to each other, the implications of ignoring them. You have to keep in mind that the areas here I have given are very generic, maybe even overestimated. I have just taken the surface area, the land area of this region, the provinces, states, and taken the number of villages, used this as a numerator, this as a denominator. That means this divided by this gives the average village area in square kilometers. That means essentially I have put a note here. Average village area in square kilometers is a combination and urban areas, forest areas, that is might be overrepresented. Actually, it is overrepresented. Then why I have put this for you? Because it takes a lot of effort to know what is the exact area of the village in a province or a state. So this is a generic area, but the figures still should stand as it is with little inflation. But the idea is not exactly about the average India village, little much more broader. That I want to talk about. Mitralara, this is our India Village Towns series about the humans on the villages, their ecology. We are in part 2, that is the central India, Madhya Bharat region of Bharat, truncated Bharat, the post-partition Radcliffe time. The average village area is the point of discussion today. And I have posted a lot of presentations similar. You can find all of them at my YouTube channel, South Asia Maps J. Reddy. These are around about 70 or so playlists containing around about 700 or so videos as of 2024 December. The concept of the village, you have to first keep in mind the concept of 1 square kilometer. That is, here you see 1 square kilometer, that means 1 kilometer, all the four sides, 1 square kilometer has 100 hectares, because each hectare land area is round about 2.5 acres, so you should come to 250 acres. So 1 square kilometers, 250 acres. So I have explored this. You can find in the playlist in the demography also, the playlist of our channel. You have to understand the concept of the square kilometers, how it affects the visible acreage, invisible acreage, and the concept of the food production, that particular land habitat holder of minerals, metals, iron, coal, oil, natural gas, and all the dependencies of the human being. They have their villages, their homes, small railway tracks, and the forest land, the grazing land, and the urban areas. All those has to come from that area, that you have to keep a broader idea to understand that. Once you understand the concept of the village, 1 square kilometer, other concepts, human predicament, diachronic competition between two generations, the concept of redundancy anxiety, living with 81,000 million people on the planet Earth, ecological load, carrying capacity, the concept of the drawing down the minerals, metals, aquifers, and so on, taking out the land from the flora and fauna for human benefit, the areas, ecological areas, deserts. Today's modern urban centers are the concrete centers, and most of the time people will be talking about the GDP in the digits coming. All these are related directly, indirectly, understanding the habitat terrain. That is our current concept of village in Bharat. And to complete this, I have previously talked about the village in the southern Bharat, Dakshinapatha region. You can consult that presentation for the previous presentation. And this is the central Bharat current presentation. And after I complete this, I have put this present. I will be talking about this later. This is sorry, this is not the one. And the whole India, so that you will get entire concept in one place. I will talk about it, but I am showing this thumbnail to you so that that will be, maybe you want to look at this to get a comparative idea. So the current presentation, Central India, Madhya Bharat. Again, I have taken the liberty of what is the Central India, because just for convenience, I have done it. There is nothing specific about that. You have to remember. So we will go over this, how we have come to this conclusion. So you see the map here. These are the states areas in square kilometers. Square kilometers. These are the provinces. We have taken the Gujarat and Rajputana, Madhya Bharat, that is the central provinces, formerly Bera, and the Chhattisgarh region. This is the Utkal, Kalinga, or Orissa, or Odisha. These are the states areas in square kilometers. And how many number of villages present in this geopolitical entities I have put here. This is the numerator, this is denominator. You see the areas, Gujarat, Rajasthan, MP, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, area in square kilometers, villages in numbers. If you divide them, you still get on the numerator kilometers square. That is the average size of a village in this geopolitical entity, that is a state or a province. And again, you have to keep in mind, these are generally inflated. We have just taken the actual value, but because we have omitted urban areas, the forest, and so on, actually these average sizes will be little smaller actually, but this gives a broad area. So once you have seen that, the things are very easy. So the Rajputana 342,000 square kilometers, the truncated Madhya Pradesh today after Chhattisgarh region, that is the Mahanadi basin taken over, is little less. You can see 308. And the Chhattisgarh province is 135. This is the 155, little bigger than Chhattisgarh province, Kalinga Utkal. Then the Gujarat, that is the Saurashtra, Kutch, and the Gujarat proper region. This is 195. So these are the square kilometers. The villages, I will say where we do get the villages, I will show in the downstream. So we have the villages and we have divided. Let's say 342. and take away the 3 digits here, take away 3 digits here, the 342 divided by 45, if you make it 50, and it should become Rajputana round about to 6, or so you get 7.5. Remember, Rajputana, the western part, west of the Aravalli mountain range, is the Rajasthan, third desert. We have taken the entire area, few villages. Their figure is generally over-represented. Eastern side like the Kota and the region adjoining to the Girid Gwalior region, and so they're much smaller villages will be there. But again, that is the caution you have to keep in mind. Same thing in Madhya Bharat, Madhya Pradesh, and because the Kutch region, which is around about 45 or so thousand square kilometers, it again few villages, so the figure is bloated here. So that's what you have to keep in mind. That means the average village in Uttar Bharat, mostly United Provinces and Bihar and Pashchim Bengal, and this is around about 2 square kilometers or so. This region is overrepresented. They have bigger villages. That in general, that is a take-home message. Even southern Bharat, where I come from, the Seeded district, Rayalaseema, Andhra Pradesh, villages are very bigger. My village itself, Chinadanluru, on the bank of Pavitra Pinakini River, Penna River, is around about 22 square kilometers. And so these are little more than the North Indian villages that you have to keep in mind. So Bharat has a 3.2 million square kilometer. It is a zero point 0.6 lakh or 6 lakh or zero point 0.6 million square kilometer villages. That means 3.2 divided by 0.6 million, around about 4.8 square kilometers average size of area. How do this fits into overall thing is very easy. You have to keep this in mind. Mahe, the Pondicherry has a lot of exclaves outside its region, like Yanam in the Godavari Delta, Andhra Pradesh, Mahi in the Malabar region, the Kannur district. Mahi village, the district that instantly a village is 8.7 square kilometers. Yanam Union Territory is a district of Puducherry, mostly a bigger village town, is 20 square kilometers. Chandigarh, just urban area. We are not counting the Karar and all those areas, as the government defines is 144 square kilometer. This you can keep it as a landmark. So 1 square kilometer, I have put it here. So the population of the Bharat is 1400 million people or so, for 140 crores, and these are the number of villages, 0.6 million or so, same as here. Average village should have around about 2000 people. Remember, we are ignoring the major urban center like Madras and Bombay and Indraprastha. They have 20 million people, 12 million people. So just a broader idea so that you will have a clarity. So what I am showing here the Sri Lanka Shillong is 65,000 square kilometer. Remember, he has 3 zeros here. You double it, Tamil Nadu province is 130K square kilometers. The Kerala province 38. Sometimes I might have shown 39,000 square kilometers. Orissa, Utkal 155. Entire Bharat east of the Radcliffe line is 3.2 million square kilometers. West of the Radcliffe line, Pakistan, Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan, and Khyber Sarihad, Pashtun province around about 0.8 million square kilometers. Dogra territory 222K, and Nepal 145, Bhutan. So that you can have a broader understanding of this. Before that, Mitranam, in order to understand that, you have to understand the concept of 1 square kilometer. 1000 kilometers means 1 million. I have shown the Egypt like that, and the entire planet Earth, like the United States and Canada, China, and Europe, west of Ural Mountains, is 10 million square kilometers. How we got to that conclusion, I have explained in the game series. You can go and look at that, will give you much broader idea. In the South Asia region itself, I have talked about extensively. Here I am giving the geographic areas made easy, game area, how these provinces south of the Khyber Pass, Jamrad, and so easy way to understand intuitively. I explained that is the general, this is the west of the Radcliffe line, and I have explained. So you have to have that broader, deeper understanding of the surface areas. And so once you get that area, and you will get the context, what I am talking today about the Central India, Central Bharat, average village size. And we'll go and look at something interesting. And so this is the game series I have put in, and you can look at the broader that concept, geographic areas made easy, that presentation. This can go hand in hand what we are talking about today. What did we discuss today? We have taken the central part of Bharat, the entire South Asia, south of the Jamrud Khyber Pass, across the Gandhara region, Afghanistan or Durrani or Popal Popalja territory or Barakjai territory is 4 million square kilometers. We have taken only this Rajputana region, Madhya Bharat, Utkal, Chhattisgarh, Mahanadi Basin, and taken the areas and divided the number of villages and got the average village size. That's what we have done today to put the things in a proper perspective. Again, this is the Bharat. We have taken the only this part today and have shown what is the average village size in central Indian area. And these are the number of villages where I got to have whatever the figures I have shown. You can just go to this Wikipedia size. The villages in India have essentially shown the same thing here, and you can. So there are around about 6 lakhs or 0.66 million villages in India of various sizes, and I have taken the areas more or less union territories, states, provinces. I might have little bit difference because sometimes I may not include the different sources, water bodies and so on, but essentially that will not change anything at all what we are talking today. The government of India cites a number of villages. Here they are showing village number based upon 1,000 people or less than 500 people, 2,000 people or more than 10,000 people reside. So you can find that and that. And this goes hand in hand to ecology because human ecology is very important. And I didn't cover extensively thing, but these are the essential concepts, the takeover, drawdown, and ecological ecarages concepts, niches. They all fit in because this 1 square kilometers or 5, 10 square kilometers area is habited by the human beings. How these things affect the human beings is very, very important. That's what I am trying to show here. 1 square kilometers, let's say average village is 10 square kilometers. Our takeover, humans have taken over the land and turned into a forest land, removing the flora and fauna. Now they are drawing down the minerals, aquifers, waters, and so on, because we have a generation, older generation have depleted the resources, and there is a concept of the diachronic competition with the younger generation, so recessions and economic issues, all those things, human village ecology, the average village around about 20 kilometers, that means there's 2,000 acres, that means 50% of arable land means 1,000 hectares will be there, rest will be the grazing land, non-agricultural land and forest land and everything. So you have to understand those things. Current concept fits it those, so that I have given this area. The concept of ecological acreage, the village, whatever the area it has, we can farm and we can dig for the minerals, metals, water resources. If there is, that is the visible acreage. If there is a other village, let's say it's an island, that's invisible. The people has to engage in the trade and import the things, food, fodder, fiber, coal, natural gas. And if you're importing natural gas, coal, oil from elsewhere, from distance, that's called fossil acreage, phantom acreage, that once upon a time given to us, that will not be available future. All these things will be playing a very important role. That's why I have brought the concept of the Indian villages. I discounted the urban area, forest area. I put in notes so that the audience will be broadly aware of these things. And in the next presentation, Sumitronam will talking about the Uttar Bharat, that is the Aryavarta region, that is the northern Indian region. Average village size, you can see this is much smaller, and we'll explore in other presentation. And Dhanyavadalu for joining today. And if you like these presentations, and you can put your comments, suggestions, and even you can subscribe the channel, bring it to the notice of your friends. That will make the broader audience aware of these things. Mitralara, ధన్యవాదాలు. See you later in other presentation.